It's no secret that it's likely that you may end up being married or in a long-term relationship with more than one person during your lifetime. Stay tuned and I'll share my tips on what to consider when planning for a blended family.
Welcome to this episode of Your Legal Legacy with your host, Attorney Michelle Conti.
A blended family takes several forms. A married couple who has children from a previous relationship, families with children who are in a second marriage and who have kids from a previous relationship, or even families whose spouses have kids from a previous relationship. Blended families can face some really complicated challenges when it comes to estate planning. Most often, the family member wants to provide for their spouse as well as for their kids from that previous relationship. But in some instances, they may want to provide for the kids of their current spouse. This problem is quite common. Statistics show that 50% of marriages end in divorce. 43% of marriages are remarriage, second, third, fourth, at least for one of the spouses. The average length of these marriages is about 7 years, and approximately 1 million kids each year have newly separated or divorced parents. Think about these numbers. It's astounding. Why am I telling you this? Well, without proper planning, there are 4 main concerns that you have to be aware of. Without knowing, you may disinherit your kids. Number 2, you may inevitably delay your kids from receiving an inheritance until after the death of your current spouse. Number 3, you may even need to protect assets from a former spouse. And lastly, number 4, disputes may arise, as they often do, over the division of the responsibility. What should you consider when you're planning on blending 2 families together? First, you should consider and learn more about premarital agreements or a prenuptial agreement. What happens with your living situation, your assets, obligations to pay expenses and debts upon a death or divorce, or possibly a spendthrift trust. That's just a fancy way to say that we can make sure that your surviving spouse and your kids benefit upon your passing. Or even a bloodline trust, which means only your blood, your kids, your grandkids would benefit upon your passing. The options we have are endless. We spend so much time and money planning for now. Let's make sure we check the box and plan for your loved ones' futures as well. I'll see you soon with more tips on creating your legal legacy.
Thank you for watching Your Legal Legacy. For more great information, visit ContiLawLLC.com.